All right, y'all, what's going on though? So I'm back home, and actually I'm on the lawn out here in my hometown of Hampton, Virginia. Okay, I grew up out here, and at one point in time, uh, was trying to play basketball. Had aspirations one day of trying to get paid playing basketball. I went to Norfolk State, across the water. That was the only school that actually accepted me. I had a lot of schools looking at me. Maryland, I remember that. Liberty, back home, but it was a new program and I didn't know like where it was taking me at the time when I graduated high school. Couldn't get accepted to Hampton University, actually. Tennessee State. My mom actually had a connection to get me on the basketball team. There was a power forward that left that year, and I didn't get accepted for the school. That power forward there turned out to be Anthony Mason. I think he left like a year and 2 years before I graduated high school, and they were looking for somebody to fill that slot. Rest in peace to Anthony Mason. So, I went into the Army. I had a baby at the time, and, it was time for me to man up. And that's how I ended up in Las Vegas. For y'all that subscribe to me, even you gang stalkers or whatever, okay, police or whatever, wondering a little bit about my life. But during this week is happened to be the Jazz Festival here. They got people on the lawn. They are playing music out there. Right behind me, they're going to have like food and all that. You see all the food set up downtown Hampton. Actually, Hampton University is right across Settlers Landing over there, okay? Long time ago, Hampton was a slave town, and then I think because of the unpopularity, they moved it out to Jamestown. But, okay, so, yeah, it's just it's a beautiful city here. Kind of old school, not really high prolific, Hampton and Norfolk, but it does have a lot of military presence here. And the history with the HBCUs and a lot of fishing and that type of good stuff. Actually, they're having the Hampton University Jazz Festival. Actually, it's a Hampton Jazz Festival that started actually here in Hampton University in 1968. The one that they do in uh, New Orleans, that Essence, they got that from this one. This was the original jazz festival. Okay, all started here in Hampton. But I wanted to talk about Ray Lewis's son, Ray Lewis III, here. Okay, because one of the tones of this, like I say, is about staying away from drugs, allegedly. And it could have been a combination of that and, stuff, pharmaceuticals that people been putting in their body, okay, based on something that they had 3 years ago. It's my understanding that he was found dead at 28. And actually, this article is a few days old. Now, I got some inside information last night that was drug related, okay? So, I mean, to be that young and and dying, it must have been something pretty serious. Okay, I mean, weed is pretty much abundant now. Although I do say that you don't get gluttonous with weed. So I'm just thinking with a lot of these drug overdoses, it's probably a good chance is with fentanyl because a lot of these farms and stuff like that are laced with fentanyl. Okay, it's nothing to play with. So rest in peace with the brother. His younger brother found out that he was dead. He was found dead. Uh, Turned out his brother went to Virginia Union. That's another HBCU out in Richmond. So shout out to all my boys that went out and the ladies who went to Virginia Union. They actually have a very good Division II basketball program. There's a couple of guys that went to the league, that went to Virginia Union. They won a couple of national championships. So you'd be surprised at the talent that they had at these Division II schools or the HBCUs and so forth. But rest in peace, okay? That's why I say, though, okay, like drugs and so forth. I mean, to be a man that young, I try to encourage people to stay away from it, okay? And you need to be careful with weed. Very, very careful, okay? Because you could get some actually chronic effects. It may not affect you now with some of the effects that you could get with weed and so forth, but just give it some time. All right. So when you deal with that, then everything is done in moderation. All right. Let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for your time. I thought I'd show you some of the landscape back home as well. Rest in peace to the young brother. I hope that Ray Lewis and his family is taking taking this, you know, uh, how can I say? Um, I don't know. Take it with the way that they need to take it. I mean, and I'll leave it at that. All right. Thank you for your time.